Hi guys, welcome back to I'll Read What She's Reading. I'm Michaela.
I'm Reggie.
And I'm Kennedy.
And today we're going to be doing Most Likely To Part 2.
Yeah, it's been like almost a year since we did this episode and you guys really enjoyed it. So I figured why not do it again? So it's like most likely to scenarios.
Yeah.
And you guys voted who you think would be most likely to out of the three of us.
Yeah, so I don't know if you saw our stories, this is where we're getting our info from. And if you don't follow us on Instagram, you really should, because if you want to participate in episodes, that's how you can. So, but before we begin into that, we're going to be doing a little fun segment called I'll Watch What She's Watching, where we're just going to kind of discuss some recent TV shows and movies that we have been watching. Who
Yeah,
wants to
not
go
related
first?
to books,
No.
but like just to kind of get a glimpse into, I don't know, us outside of the book world, because we're always consuming more than just books.
Yeah. It will be fun.
Yeah.
Who wants to go first?
Do you guys want me to go
Yeah,
first?
go
Yeah,
Kennedy.
go first.
I am making this my only personality trait right now because I've never seen Star Wars. Okay. And it's about time I watch Star Wars. I feel like it's right up my alley. I like nerdy fantasy books, nerdy space books. So yeah, me and my husband are embarking on our Star Wars journey. We're in the middle of episode 2. And I posted on my own personal Instagram story like a few days ago and asked people what order we should watch it in, between timeline order or release order. And it was genuinely 50-50.
Oh.
That's so surprising to
And
me.
so many people, you guys, I knew people were passionate about Star Wars, but I closed my phone, kind of forgot I had put it on my Instagram story because we were going to watch it that night. And I opened up my phone and I had, no joke, probably like 17 DMs of people just telling me what we should do and talking to me about Star Wars. So we decided to do timeline order because, if you guys didn't know, me and my husband are also really big Marvel nerds. And so we had this discussion of, if someone came to us and had never watched anything in the MCU, how would we tell them to watch it? And Kyle said he would tell them timeline order. So I said, okay, let's go with it. As of right now, I'm a little unsure of how I feel. It obviously was filmed in like the early 90s or the first 3 ones were filmed late 90s, early 2000s. And so it's kind of hard to watch as someone living in 2025 when we have access to all of this insane CGI and all of these effects. And honestly, the acting isn't great, but it's a cultural phenomenon and I'm not giving up. I'm still going. We're gonna continue on. And I just feel like I'm gonna eventually like it. Hopefully.
I feel like it's one of those things where you have to be in the know about it. It doesn't have to be your favorite thing, but just like to be in the know about like Star Wars, it's like you gotta know what's going on.
And I know I will probably love the new ones. You know,
I'm
ones
gonna
that
be
were filmed
surprised
this
if-
decade.
Yeah, I'm going to be surprised if you don't like it. Like, once you've watched all of them, I'll be surprised if you're like, it was okay. Just knowing the
new
books you like, just as a whole, like the
Yeah.
whole Star Wars,
Yeah.
everything.
But all of the major Star Wars fans would say that the new ones aren't great.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but
Yeah.
I honestly didn't think they were that bad.
Yeah.
I like them. So
We started it and, the theme song comes on. It's got those credits,
Mhm.
and Kyle turns to me and looks at me and he goes, "Are we nerds now?" And I looked at him and I was like, "Kyle, I fear we already are nerds. Like, you
Yeah.
have Marvel tattoos. I read nerdy fantasy books. We already are. There's no coming back."
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So exciting.
She's on her Star Wars journey.
I am.
So fun.
Love Jar Jar Binks. He's my favorite.
Jar Jar.
And Hayden Christensen.
That man.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else you want to
That's
report
it.
on?
That's
Okay.
it.
Reggie, you want to go?
I'm watching Survivor. And whenever Survivor's on, I'm always watching it. That is like my favorite reality show. And if you've never watched Survivor, it's really bingeable. It's so fun. My husband's only watched he's only watched the new era of Survivor, unfortunately. So I've tried to get him to go back and watch like some old seasons. He just doesn't have a lot of time. But it is so great. The new era seasons are not the best. So if you're going to watch Survivor, start from like some of the older seasons. It's like there's a reason that they're on season 47 right now. Like,
why would you say they're not the best? Do you think like the participants or
they've just changed a lot of the rules of the game. Like, I miss classic Survivor when now it's like there's so many advantages and all these like secret things, and I just miss when it was more like about strategy and surviving on the island. Now it's kind of like you don't even get too much of a glimpse of how hard it is and how hungry they are because there's so much other stuff that they have to. I don't know. It's still good. I'm really looking forward to Survivor 50 because they're apparently doing big things and bringing back old players. But start the earlier seasons. If you really want to know what order to watch them in, I have a whole list on my phone. I'm a big Survivor nerd. I would never go on the show, but my dream is to watch someone I know go on the show. So
we volunteer Kennedy. I could not go hungry. You do not want to see me on national television hungry. Absolutely not.
There's just it's just such a cool show because it's like, I mean, yeah, you take away like your food, your shelter, like you don't have hardly anything, but then you have to do all these challenges, but you have no energy. But then you're trying to win $1 million, and then you're trying to have like the strategy of like the mental and emotional gameplay. It's crazy. I'm obsessed.
It's crazy to me because I grew up on Big Brother.
Yeah,
like, and that's what
you've
my
been telling
family
me
watched.
I need to watch Big Brother, and I think I would like it, but I don't think I'd love it nearly as much as Survivor. Like, I don't think I could binge Big Brother.
Yeah.
I also know a lot of the people who win Big Brother from watching like other shows because, you know, a lot of reality shows, it's like they bring back players from other things.
You guys need to meet in the middle and watch Traitors.
I've watched Traitors.
I need to watch Traitors.
No, well, I watched the 3rd season first because there were a lot of Survivor players on there that I loved. So I watched that, and then the first 2 seasons got spoiled for me. So,
dang.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Yeah. But Traitors is really good.
It's good.
So anyways, that's kind of what I've been currently watching. I did recently finish all the Hunger Games movies, but you guys already know that. It's been my entire personality and still is. And I finished it's on Hulu, Paradise. That was good. But there were some things about it I didn't love, but it was very intense. So if you like, I don't even want to say because there's some elements to it that I didn't know were part of the plot of the storyline, and it blew me away within the first episode. I was like, wait, what? I didn't know this. If you watch the trailer, it kind of ruins it. So I just go into it blind. Just know it's about the president's bodyguard. That's all you need to know. You're in for a treat.
Oh. I watch weird stuff with my husband. That sounds weird. No, okay. So we went and watched The Black Bag in movie theaters. It was really good. It's the same directors of Ocean's 11. Really good. And then I watched The Hunt of the Wilder People. Have you guys ever heard of that?
I've heard of that, but I can't recall what it's even about.
It's the same director as like Jojo Rabbit.
Oh, yeah.
I can't remember. That one
it's ringing a
was
bell.
like so funny, but like so sad at the same time. And we just watch really obscure movies.
You guys watch like critically acclaimed movies that the average person doesn't watch.
Yeah. We watched Everest the other day. Have you guys ever watched Everest? That was so interesting. But if you guys didn't know, there's an app called Lettered Box. You guys still haven't gotten it, have you?
I know.
No.
I should get it.
The only thing I'd be able to put on there is like Marvel Cinematic Universe movies. I don't watch,
Lettered Box. It's where you can rate movies. It's almost like Goodreads, but for like movie watchers. And you can follow your friends, like look at their reviews and stuff. We also watched Electric State.
Oh yeah, that has Chris Pratt in it.
Yeah.
Was it good?
Yeah, I fell asleep.
I feel like Chris Pratt isn't in the best films, you know?
No, it wasn't bad, but like it wasn't like holding my attention where like I was like, I have to know what's going on. So anyways, yeah, we like to watch some different movies, but we also love going to like the movie theater and stuff. So my husband's not a big TV show watcher for whatever reason. I've tried a million times to get him to watch TV shows with me and he won't. I don't know why.
Movie guy.
He is a movie guy. I think he likes movies to the point where it's like you watch it and then you're done.
Yeah, you don't have to commit to
the full like season or seasons after. So yeah, but that was our little fun segment.
I'll watch what you're watching. I'll watch the Star Wars movies again.
Yeah.
I'll give the black bag
Honestly,
a go.
I need to. I think I've only watched like 4 or 5 seasons of Survivor. I need to go watch some more.
It's seriously so good. It was like my editing show for a long time.
Yeah.
Because you don't have to like pay like super close attention, but you can kind of know what's going on.
Yeah. I
So
remember
great.
from one season that I watched, maybe it happens on multiple seasons, but I remember there being a sock stealer.
Yeah.
That's
iconic. Yeah.
That was the most memorable part of that entire season.
See, and you don't get a lot of stuff like that in the new era of Survivor. That's why I miss the old stuff. You got to get to know the people a lot better and like the silly things they do around camp. You don't get a lot of that now, but it's my favorite.
I love it.
All right,
we're gonna get into it.
Most likely to. I think we got 10 or 11 questions that you guys submitted.
It's so funny to see how our listeners perceive us.
Yeah,
I feel like we've got to give some context as well as like why if they got something wrong, because I know there's one that they got wrong and it's about me.
Okay, well, shall we start at the beginning?
I actually didn't look at. I looked at the questions, but I didn't look at any of the results.
Oh, I wanted to give my own result. I voted.
Oh, you voted?
I voted.
Yeah,
I voted. That's the only reason.
All
why
right.
I know.
Well, let's start with the very first question. I have it pulled up. Are you guys good for me?
Okay.
I will MC this.
Please MC.
All right. So we're gonna all vote on who we think would be most likely to, and these are bookish related, and then I'll tell the results of what the listeners thought. Okay. Most likely to write a fanfic.
I think Reggie.
I would agree with that.
I would say myself too, and I don't even really know why. I don't even really know why, but I don't know. I feel like I get really hyper fixated on things, and maybe that's why. Most people said Michaela, then Kennedy, then me.
Oh,
see, I would
43% Michaela.
I would put me last.
Yeah, I feel like that's 43% Kennedy, or no, Michaela, 32% Kennedy, 25%.
So you guys got it wrong.
I'm also trying to like just say why I think Reggie. It's just
I don't
sometimes
really know why I would.
with a few of these questions, it's just a feeling.
Yeah.
Like I would put me for sure at the bottom. 1, because I don't think I'm intelligent enough, and 2, I don't think I could focus long enough to write an entire book.
You think I could focus enough? I don't know if I could.
Well, you do like get really focused on things.
Yeah, I do.
And like
I just can't imagine.
Not in a bad way,
but
I think I would just be like, I had an idea, but then I would never follow through with it.
I would be the
same
same
way.
I'm a follow-througher.
You're a follow-through.
Michaela would be the first to read it though, because she's planning on reading some fan fiction on her Kindle that she gets one day.
One day. Okay.
I don't know.
Next one.
Wait, I actually have a question to follow up with that.
Okay.
What would I write a fanfic of?
I feel like you would write some Dramini fan fiction. No, Hunger Games.
Hunger Games.
Oh, yeah.
I just feel like I couldn't. I can't connect all the dots like Suzanne Collins can.
Well, you're creating your own new dots because it's fanfic.
I guess that's true.
You would write one about Finnick.
No, my heart would be shot. I couldn't. I don't think I could do it.
You would write one about Finnick for sure.
You would write it about...
Michaela would do probably a Hermione one. Kennedy would honestly write a fanfic about Marvel.
100% about
it wouldn't even
me
be
and Bucky Barnes. It would be me and Bucky Barnes in the fanfiction.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would write a Hermione. Well, it's because so many people have already written Hermione ones. Like,
yeah, you would be more of a...
I don't know.
What is that?
I honestly feel like the thing is I have 0 ideas on any fanfic. So maybe with like
you could just throw anything out there. You know, you could just be like some of the Hermione fanfics that people like comment and say first read. I like look up a synopsis of them and I'm just like, you just literally got to put the characters in 2 crazy situations and I don't know.
All you gotta do is just use some characters.
Respect fanfic writers.
I'm going
though, okay?
to mash The Hunger Games and Marvel.
Ooh.
So
There's gonna be a reaping in the Avengers.
Of the Avengers. They're going to be put into
Ooh,
arena.
someone write that.
Okay, I'd read that.
It's kind of like on Disney Channel when they would like cross paths, you know?
Yeah.
It'd be like a sweet life of That's So Raven, and you're like,
Yeah.
You ate that up. Yeah.
love that.
Just, get both of your guys' faves into one. That's my idea. So actually, maybe just kidding.
Michaela's secretly a
You would write a
fanfic.
Disneyland fanfiction.
No, I can't.
Is there Disneyland? What's a Disneyland fanfiction?
Well, what's that one book?
Oh, Fine Print?
Yeah.
Is that a fanfiction?
It's
no,
not
it's
a
real.
fanfic.
It's traditionally published.
Yeah.
But it takes place in an amusement park, and the cover looks like Disneyland.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, like a
Okay.
Disney castle. It's like a castle.
Well,
I
you
feel like
know.
no, sorry, not to harp
No,
on the
you're good.
fanfiction thing. You would write fanfiction based on like some Disney movie, like Tangled.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Something.
Yeah.
Like put Tangled and Mulan together. That would be you.
Mulan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm here for it. Okay, next one. Most likely to have a physical, digital, and audio version of the same book.
Reggie.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Reggie too. It's
Yeah.
not gonna be Michaela because she
It's
doesn't own
me.
a Kindle.
12% said Michaela. But you know what? It was pretty close between Kennedy and I. 47% said me, and 41% said Kennedy.
Maybe it's between both of you guys.
I mean, you just don't have a Kindle. That's why nobody
Yeah.
voted for you.
Well, I also... Never mind. I don't get audiobooks unless they're free.
Oh no, so do I. No, well, that's a lie because I pay for Audible.
Yeah, sometimes I just get desperate and I'm like, you know what? I want to finish this book. I don't have time to sit down and read it. I'll just also buy the audiobook of it.
I'm gonna go with Reggie because I won't buy an audiobook. Like I won't buy one. You know what I mean? I'm gonna say you.
It's kind of a problem.
Yeah.
I probably spend more on
Well,
audiobooks
yeah.
than I do physical books.
But I will say it is peak reading when you have a Kindle version from Libby, audiobook version from Libby, but you
Yeah, you can
purchase the physical book.
cruise.
You got all.
Oh.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
a good feeling. All right.
I
Should we
love
move
how
on from that one?
Our followers and listeners know that I don't have a Kindle.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
it's your
like
claim
the
to
world
fame.
is ending when you buy a Kindle.
I know.
If you ever buy a Kindle. Prime Day.
Prime. Whenever that is.
November-ish. All right. Anyways, I like this question.
Oh, no.
And if you don't know what we're talking about, this isn't spoilery, but it's from Onyx Storm. Okay. Most likely to eat the chocolate cake. I would say Michaela.
Yeah, I would say myself as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Michaela too. And here, let me justify why. Number 1, Reggie's not eating gluten right now. Number 2, I don't like cake, so Michaela's gonna eat the cake. Not because I think you're not like I don't think you're dumb. It's just I think genuinely you'd be the only one to eat chocolate cake.
I would.
Yeah.
I'd be like, ooh, cake. Give me the cake. I'll eat it. Yeah, it would be me. 100%.
Michaela would take a bite, and then I'd be like, okay, Michaela's taking a bite. I'll take a bite of it too.
And then I start convulsing.
You know, it was pretty
would save
close,
you.
though, between all of us, I'd say. Michaela was 38%. I was 35%, and Kennedy was 28%. So it was still pretty close. But, yeah. Lots of votes.
That's a good one. That's
Yeah.
funny.
That is funny.
That was a good question.
I'm the chocolate cake girl.
I just picture what is that on Matilda, the little kid eating the
Oh.
chocolate cake from Miss Trunchbull.
Yeah.
That's you.
That's me.
Okay. The next one is most likely to receive the most sponsor gifts during the Hunger Games.
I don't know.
I'm having a really hard time because you get sponsor gifts for being likable, and I feel like none of us are not likable in my.
I think people on the Hunger Games
But-
probably find me to be my personality to be maybe a little abrasive and
I
awkward.
just have to think of how would I actually react if I was picked for the Hunger Games. Like, a part of me wants to be like likable, so I get the stuff, but then a part of me wants to be rebellious and not likable because the Capitol sucks. I don't know.
I don't know.
Do you want to hear what the listeners had to say?
Sure.
I don't know. I'm not surprised by this. I just want to know the reasoning. Not saying that they're wrong and that there's not a reason why this person should be it. I just want to know why, you know? The context. Kennedy, 53%. Me, Reggie, 31%. And Michaela, 17%. Kennedy kind of like won that by a landslide. Which is great.
Guys, I'm just the most
I just want to know.
No, it's honestly probably because they think that I would perform well in the like when you're showing your whatever your skill,
strengths,
and then I would get a high number, and then it would result in sponsors.
You are Katniss Everdeen. Look at you. So people have said you look like Jennifer Lawrence. So
I've gotten that maybe once or twice.
I don't know. She is our Katniss Everdeen over here.
Yeah, probably wouldn't be me.
I don't think.
I think that's for sure.
I think it's more. I don't know.
The thing is like I would get into the Hunger Games and I would want to I would be by myself, secluded in an area.
Yeah, same. I'd be winning like Wyrus.
I think it would depend. Like, I think all of us would get sponsors for different reasons.
Yeah,
I would just die.
I would too. I would die before like the thing would go off. I would be like 3, 2.
You'd be the one that gets off the thing before it.
Yeah, probably.
I don't know. I think way too hard about the Hunger Games questions. We have another one in a minute, and I'm already like sweating just thinking about it.
Just really,
I just
put a toll on my self-confidence. Just kidding.
The only reason they chose me is because I would perform well in the skills part.
Yeah,
that's it.
I think I would perform really well in the skills part.
I think you would too.
I would probably not. I'd like to believe I could. I could work hard and I could be better than I am, but
really good with a bow and arrow.
I would be the climbing up a tree, hiding in between the crevices so no one sees me. Okay. Next one. Most likely to buy a book for the cover and never read it.
Kennedy.
My guess was Kennedy.
Yeah,
too.
For sure me. For sure.
But guess what? It wasn't Kennedy that won. It was Michaela by 2%.
Okay.
Michaela 39, Kennedy 37, me 24.
I do feel like you read like pretty obscure books. But
not more obscure than you.
But well, I meant that as a compliment.
No.
I meant that as a compliment.
I just feel like you go out and buy, you have more like think of the Poppy War, for example. You know what I mean? Kennedy?
Oh, I 100% judge a book by its cover.
Well, yeah, like you wanted. I know Kyle ended up picking it out for you, but you almost bought it because you thought the cover, like, it looked so cool.
Mm-hmm.
I will say, like, if I'm walking in a Barnes and Noble and I'm just like kind of walking, looking at books, it's like based on I'll pick up and read something from the back based on the cover.
Yeah.
Yeah. No shame in that.
No, I don't take offense.
I also think, how many special editions do you guys? I only have once. I just barely got my first set of special edition books.
2.
I mean, do you count? You have more than 2.
Well, 2 sets.
I'm like, girl, you got like 7 at least.
2 sets.
What are they?
Throne of Glass.
They're both
and Powerless.
Oh, don't you have 2 different Throne of Glass ones?
Well, you also have the Poppy War one.
Oh. Yeah. No, I only have. Well, I have 3 sets of Throne of Glass.
Oh, but one of them,
one of them special edition,
and they're beautiful on your show.
Oh my gosh, they're stunning.
Yeah,
I have Powerless, and then Red Rising, and then I do have the collector's edition of Poppy War.
You had something else. Anyways,
no, I don't think I have anything.
Books are expensive. I wish I could say it was me. That would mean I would have. I don't know. Never mind.
I don't know. Maybe it would be pretty close. I do have a lot of books that
I feel like it's pretty even between me and you.
Yeah.
Like, but think about it. All the weird books that I've read, I haven't bought them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
that's true.
I do typically get them on Libby because I don't know if I'm going to like them.
That's true.
But also, I feel like some of the obscure books that you do have, people buy them for you.
That's true.
Which is really nice. Like, your mom gets you some really cool books that aren't on Book Talk because your mom's not on Book Talk.
Yeah, she's not on Book Talk.
You know?
Yeah. I just don't read the back of books. I just pure vibes.
Pure vibes of the cover.
Pure vibes. So I don't know. The more I think about it, yeah, I would say you read weirder books.
Yeah.
But maybe it's
yeah.
based on the actual question, maybe it's about even. Like buy a book that you haven't read.
Like buy a book and never read it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Based on the cover.
Yeah.
I'm just sitting over here like, yeah, me just buying audiobooks, no big deal. Okay. I was a little nervous to post this question.
Oh no.
Most likely to be late to podcast filming.
Oh, that's me. That is me 100%.
Well, here's
I'm
the
late
thing.
almost every time.
You beat Michaela today.
You did.
That's
Here's
the
the
first
thing.
time in probably like 6
I will
months.
say, okay, we usually film at my house, so I feel like it's hard to say me, but then every time we film at Michaela's house, I feel like I'm always the late one. But then overall, I'd probably say Kennedy's the most late, but that's because
You do live further away.
yeah, you do
Yeah,
live
but that's
further
not an
away,
excuse.
and I feel like
I know how far my house is.
Here's the thing. I'm late to everything. Except for shooting a wedding. I'm on time for that. If it's not work related, I'm late.
Yeah.
is this not work? Just kidding.
No. No. I would say
But
me
yeah,
for
everyone
sure.
said me.
Oh.
They probably were thinking, oh, she's got kids. She's having a hard time getting out the door.
No.
No, but that's because I say, okay, we're meeting to record at such and such time. And then I know they're going to be, just kidding.
I hate being late to stuff.
I do too.
Yeah, you're very on time, Michaela.
You're a punctual gal.
Yeah. It's kind of bad.
It's always me. Hey guys, I'm going to be 5 minutes late. Sorry, I'm going to be 15 minutes late. Oh, I just left my house. Just kidding, that never happens, but I
think
am
I was
typically late.
1 minute late today.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
you text.
it hurt my soul.
Well, it's funny because I saw your location because you said, no, why did I was looking at my husband's location and then I saw that you were like close to my house. And so I was like, oh, because I was here. But then I loved that I knew that you were already close and it wasn't even like, you weren't even late yet. But you're like, I'm going to be 1 minute late.
I'm so sorry. So sorry. I don't know why.
I never would have thought
Like,
anything
it
of it.
hurts me. Like, my heart starts racing if I'm late for things.
Oh, no, I'm like that too.
I hate it.
Like if I'm running late to my nail appointment, a doctor's appointment, I get like crippling anxiety over it.
Oh, same,
Legit.
but I'm still late to everything. It's fine. Actually, me and Kyle had
Kennedy
this
wins that one.
conversation. We had this conversation yesterday because we're always late to go to his parents' house for dinner on Sundays. And he was like, Kennedy, we really need to be better about being on time to things. And I'm like, okay. When we go golfing, he tells me the tee time is 20 minutes
before
the actual tee time.
that is so funny.
It's a habit I'm trying to break, okay? I'm not proud of it.
No, it's okay. It's
You're
not
like a self-aware gal.
Yeah.
All right, next one. I was
Oh,
also
no.
nervous about this one
No.
because I knew everyone was going to say. Most likely to break in the interrogation, torture, and iron flame. You guys can all say me. I have a feeling everyone said me on
But
this.
you're a tough gal, Reggie. I really do think that.
You know,
Maybe me.
I didn't grow up an athlete, and I think everyone knows that. So they just assume that I don't have a fighting bone in my body.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
I think
You've given birth, and
Yeah.
that's painful.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking more of like who could tolerate pain the highest. Because I'm thinking like
I didn't
torture
really think
chamber.
about it that way. I feel
Like-
like it depends on what they're hanging over your head, you know? I don't know, because like,
Probably me.
Because for me, I'm like, I would like to believe that, like, if it was like if my family were involved in this, you could never break me. You know what I mean? I feel like you guys would all feel the same way. But if it's like something like, tell us where the money is. I don't know.
Tell us.
You know what I mean? I don't know.
We're the
But everyone, I mean, it was close call between all of us, kind of, but mostly me and Michaela. Majority said me. Well, or not, sorry, hold on. Let me rephrase that. 38% said me, 35% said Michaela, and 27% said Kennedy. I feel like it's kind of hard when you don't know all the...
I probably would break.
I don't know. Because I don't have a super high pain tolerance. So
I'm not a tough
See,
cookie.
I've been told I have a high pain tolerance, but then, like, I don't actually feel like I do. But people tell me I do, but I don't feel like I do. Like, when I get a massage, like, she could literally be breaking my back in half, and I'd be like, "Yeah, it feels great. Thank you. Thanks."
I'm also thinking like my capacity to hold a secret, you know?
Yeah, like put the pain aside and like I don't know. That's like a really tough one.
I genuinely don't know between the three of us. I've never actually seen you guys in a situation like that. I think I would. It would depend on like what's being held over my head, yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I can't. I suck at lying. If someone looked at me and was like, "Tell me the truth about something," they would know immediately on my face. You know?
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Me.
Do you have a good poker face, Michaela? I'm trying to think. I played like Secret Hitler a few once, but I don't remember.
would say I kind of do.
I feel like you do.
Yeah.
I don't know if it really came down to it. I'm really good at games like that. I think it's because people don't.
You're like you're underestimated.
Yeah. But getting brutally tortured, I don't know.
Pain.
I probably would say, "Oh, I'll just tell a secret. I'll tell you where the money is. I'll tell you where all the
that
money
one
is."
was a hard one. There were so many. I feel like a lot of these questions were either like insanely hard, like how could you ever pick, or they were all like the same kind of question that were like, who would win in such like this? A lot of them were kind of like similar situations, or they were like really wanting us to get in a cat fight, and I was like, I'm not gonna do that. Who would win Kai Azar over? And I'm like, okay,
Not I.
I don't think I would either.
I don't think we can.
None of us would pull Kai Azar. Let's be honest.
The thing is, I feel very realistic that any of the fictional men, if I was dumped into their world, not a second glance. Not a second glance.
I would be someone they walk past on the street and never think about again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, this doesn't really relate. There's like this old lady on TikTok, and she always says, "Let me tell you something." You know who I'm talking about?
No.
She'll be like, "Let me tell you something." She's like, "I know I'm not a 10," or she said, "I know I'm not a 10 on the beach, but I know I'm at least an 8 at Walmart." Maybe you don't have to include that in there. I just think I was just thinking of that audio because I'm like, I would probably be like a solid like 2 or 3 in a fantasy world, but then you put me in the real world, I'm a little higher in the rankings.
She's a 10.
I'm a 10 in the real world.
She's a 10.
Fantasy world, no chance.
Not at all.
Anyways, no, we gotta have some faith in ourselves.
I would get a stable boy.
I don't even know if I would get a stable boy.
A horse.
A dragon. Which leads us into our next question. I did that myself. Okay, sorry. Most likely to bond with the sassiest dragon.
I would say Michaela.
Me?
Yeah.
I don't really know what it means to be like bond with the sassiest dragon. Like
the most unserious character?
I don't know.
I'm just
if it would be
like a hybrid Andarna and Terran dragon, because you got the sassiness from,
or like,
I don't know.
I don't know.
Not that you're sassy, but like you could dish it back to the dragon if it was dishing it to you.
But see, I almost can see like Kennedy bonding with the sassiest dragon, because I don't know. I don't know what it is about your personality that I can just kind of see, like, you would kind of, I'm trying to word this without making it sound bad, because it's not a bad thing. There's something about like, you would have like good like banter with your dragon, but you would also know when to like be, like, I feel like you'd balance each other out in like a really good way.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Not saying Michaela, you wouldn't.
No.
I just can kind of see it a little more with Kennedy for some reason.
Yeah. I agree.
I think we would all love having a sassy dragon, though.
They would say one mean thing to me and I would cry.
I didn't really think about
it. I take things way too personally.
But maybe you would need a sassy dragon for that. I don't know. See, these questions are hard.
I would say Michaela.
I feel like our questions last year were easier.
I don't remember the questions.
Well, everyone said Kennedy. 51% said Kennedy. 36% said Michaela. And 13% said me. I don't know why I feel like a little offended by that, but it's fine. I have a 3-year-old. She's the sassiest person I've ever met. I can handle a sassy dragon.
Then
Doesn't mean I would want
pick
one.
you. I probably just have the dumbest dragon.
No, you would not.
We gotta be kind to
No.
ourselves,
Once again,
ladies.
you one in the same.
No. Once again, it would be like you're underestimated, but then you would bond. You would be like literally Violet. You're underestimated, then you'd bond with the strongest dragon.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I agree. Yep.
You know?
We should really take some sort of test of what kind of... There's gotta be something out there.
Something out there.
This is the most asked question. I genuinely think so. So I think this was in our last episode. I couldn't remember, so I put it on here. Most likely to become an author. Literally, like 50% of the people ask this question. I can't remember.
Reggie. Or Kennedy.
No, genuinely, it would not be me. I really do think it's one of you guys.
Reggie.
It would not be me.
It's Reggie.
Here's the thing. Here's what I will say. I feel like, Michaela, you would have the coolest idea for a book.
I just couldn't write it.
But Reggie would be better at writing it.
Yeah,
Does that make sense? Like, you guys could be a good, like, team.
We're the next Christina Lauren.
Yeah.
We're the next Michaela Reggie. McKedgy. Regela.
No. Regela? Not Regela. Oh my gosh. No,
name.
No, my ideas are just so stupid. They're stupid.
No, they're out of pocket, which would make a good book.
Here's the thing. If I had to write a book, I could not write a fantasy book.
Couldn't either.
I also feel like it would be hard for me to be like, I'm writing a book and have to give up reading to like write my own book. Like, I don't think I could do that, even if I wanted to. I mean, I did write a lot of like short stories when I was in like junior high and middle school.
You wrote some too, Michaela.
You did.
No.
Yes. But like they're so cringy.
Off of like Hunger Games.
Oh, so it's a fanfic.
So it's a fanfic. How about you go to your parents' house and find them and put them on AO3 and see how they do?
Under a pen name. Regela.
Regela. No, have I told you guys the premise of what
yes,
it was, right?
And
the
I thought it was
one?
sweet. Wait, school bus?
Share it with the class, Michaela.
The school bus one?
You told me one about, like, there was like a...
Oh, the 16?
Yeah,
they're separated until 16. Haha. No, the school bus one.
Wait, let's hear it. Pitch it to the publishers who are listening right now.
I don't know where this idea came from. So there's a bunch of kids going up to a summer camp. It's not scary. It's not. And then all of a sudden the bus driver has like a seizure or like a heart attack, and he like drives the bus off a cliff. And there's a giant river. I got this because have you guys ever driven to McCall? I don't know. Yeah. How there's like the river is next to the road, and if you take one bad turn, you go into the river. I'm terrified of that as a child. Anyways, they go into the river, and like, of course, there's some kind of, sparks between some kids. There's counselors that are like young adults, and then there's like kids, and then they get trapped in the wilderness, and they have to like survive.
Okay, so like Survivor. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't remember how I ended it. They all died.
Oh, I was on the edge of my seat. I was trying to find out what happened.
So the bus driver died, but you know what doesn't make any sense? If the road is right next to the river, why can't they just go back to the road? Didn't think that.
It's a plot hole you'll have to work through in editing.
They go through a portal.
So no, it just no. Maybe what it is, the thing is, just follow the river. You'll get to a road eventually. My younger self didn't really think that through.
It's okay.
Oh man,
I think they find a road and they like get back together, but like actually go like hunting for food and like to find snacks in their bags. So that's my
divvying up the rations. Grab the lunchbox.
They were gone for a whole 12 hours.
Yes. So that's my grand idea.
Hey, a few tweaks, it could work. It could work.
You just gotta get rid of the road.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It just
Make it a spacecraft. They're on a spacecraft. They crash on a planet. There you go. Ocean. Yeah.
Middle island. I don't know.
They're
Big
floating
storm.
on the debris.
Debris. I don't know.
So the Titanic.
It's actually the Magic School Bus.
The school bus flies 1 mile out into the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh man.
That's okay. Sorry.
See, Michaela. Michaela is she's already an author. Listen to that.
Yeah, it was really good. People would be like, DNF'd. There's literally a road right next to the river. Sorry.
Oh, that was great.
Rampage. I love that. I loved it.
Okay. This one, see, like I said, I want to know people's reasoning for things because when it's like a landslide answer, okay? Most likely to speak up in battle brief.
This is the one you guys got so wrong.
I would say Reggie.
I would also say Reggie.
I would say myself because I talk too much and two,
but everyone put Kennedy, huh?
yeah, everyone put Kennedy.
Here's the thing, you guys.
Yeah, you explain.
I have social anxiety, so that's never going to happen. Ever. To speak up in a room full of people at my own will is never going to happen. No. Nope. No. Even in school, would never raise my hand in class. No. Mm-mm. When I'm around people that I'm comfortable with, I'm a lot more talkative, but like in the real world, it takes a lot for me to like talk to people. So no, that's not going to be me.
You're great.
I can fake it.
In social.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
you
can
are.
fake
You
it.
are.
Ugh. I just think it would be Reggie.
It's
I
probably
I
just
would
'cause
I
talk
would be
too
the
much.
comedic relief.
You'd be the class clown. Yeah. And I'd be the person that everybody's scared of in class.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'd just be the annoying
The
one.
perfect trifecta.
Teacher's pet.
Teacher's
I
pet,
was never
class
that in
clown.
school.
Wrong. Class clown and
Kennedy.
scary goth girl in the corner, I guess. I don't know.
Scary goth.
Ooh,
No.
you guys, this next one. Sorry. I
Wait,
wasn't
what were
trying to
the
jump
other
ahead.
percentages? Was
Oh,
it?
it was literally 64% Kennedy, 17% Reggie, and 18% Michaela.
See, it's so funny how people perceive just
Yeah.
from the podcast.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to shut up is what everybody's saying. Just kidding. guys.
No.
This next one I'm going to say is tied between all three of us because it's literally almost exactly tied.
What is it?
Most likely to win the Hunger Games using strategy over strength, which we kind of talked about this earlier in the episode. But it was literally 32% Kennedy, 34% Reggie, and 34% Michaela.
I
don't know.
I
I feel
don't.
like
I don't
Hunger
think
Games
it would
feels
be
like an impossible situation to put myself in. Like, I can't imagine how I would react. But do I feel like I'm that smart?
I would be
No.
Glimmer. Is that her name? Shimmer?
Glimmer.
Glimmer. I would be Glimmer.
Yeah, Glimmer. She doesn't make it.
I know. That's what
Doesn't
I'm
make it.
saying. I don't make
Well,
it.
you know, there's like Wyrus, and if I'm getting this correct, she wins by literally just like hiding in
Yeah.
the arena
Yeah.
that she finds kind of a glitch in and just hides.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That would probably.
The thing is, I'm not smart enough for that. I'm not smart enough. I'm not physically capable of killing someone. I'm not smart enough. So I just know it's not me.
See, I don't feel
just
smart.
No, it's not.
I don't do well under pressure, and I'd be under so much pressure. Honestly,
It's one of you guys.
I would probably. This is a weird way to word it. I don't know why I just say this. I was gonna say I'd probably like. I'd end up probably having a panic attack, and I would like die of a heart attack. I would probably give myself a heart attack.
No, but you gotta think. You have all of those that time to prepare. Like it's not
that
like you're
much
just.
time.
It's not like you're just thrown into there. You have a mentor. You will get some
Okay.
sort of training. You have a little bit of time to mentally prepare. You have a little bit of time to strategize.
Which Hunger Games are we in? 75th annual? Oh, no,
Like-
it wouldn't be the 75th annual. The 10th? The 12th? The first quarter quell? I don't know. I feel like that would play... Like, I can't I don't know. Anyways, I think about... This actually keeps me up at night. I like always have to think, like, which one would I be in? Who would be my mentor? Would I be okay? I don't know. Like I'm telling you, it's my current hyperfixation. I'm
I
having
don't
dreams
know.
about the Hunger
One
Games.
of you
so-
guys would win. I don't know.
I don't think any of us would
I don't
win.
think. Yeah, no, I don't
None
think
of
any
us
of us
would
would
win.
win. No.
But if we were put up against each other,
No.
Just kidding. Okay, that's all of the Hunger Games questions. We're actually on our last question.
Beautiful.
This was the only like unhinged question, which
boy.
I was surprised by. But I think it's because people were taking things like literally, like actual situations from books. I don't know why this is so funny to me. Most likely to do Pilates with Cassian.
Well, it's Michaela now because she's
Michaela's
a Pilates
entering her Pilates
princess.
era,
She's a Pilates
But everyone said
princess.
Kennedy.
Girly.
which doesn't surprise me.
No, but I really do think it would be Michaela because she's on her Pilates journey. I've never
She
done
is.
Pilates.
I'm on my Pilates journey.
I just do Move with Nicole sometimes from my TV.
I also
but
think
I've
you
never
and
been
Cassian
to-
would have like really good banter. It would be a fun Pilates class.
Be the instructors.
Yeah, I would like to
And-
attend that
all right.
Pilates class.
Yeah.
I love Pilates.
I
and
can't
just them
actually-
yelling at me to keep going.
I would like to see Cassian do Pilates. I don't think
Yeah.
he could.
Well, I put on the story, I said, I think we'd all pay big money to even just watch Cassian do Pilates.
I think he'd kind of be a baby, to be honest.
I think he would.
I think any of those men would be babies.
Yeah. Guys, Pilates is actually pretty hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you seen that one girl that teaches Pilates and she does her class? She like films her classes and she's like yelling at everyone.
Yes.
Mhm.
She is goals.
It, well,
I would
what,
need to go to a class like
what
that. to have
sucks
someone-
about Pilates is like you do something and it's like already hard and they're like, okay, you ready to make it harder? I'm like, no, I'm not ready to make it harder. I'm already struggling.
Yeah.
Well, and I feel
And
like
it
it's
looks
just muscles.
easy.
It's just muscles that you don't like use typically.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I think we would all love to do Pilates with Cassian.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Who wouldn't?
I'm trying to think of if I can think of any unhinged questions that we can rapid fire through.
I mean, unhinged.
Who would eat the blueberries?
Oh,
Me, because I'm hungry and I have no other thought other than food.
Blueberries.
Let's see.
Drink the water.
Hmm.
Who would be the most likely, like if we were walking around and we saw our favorite, if we saw our favorite author, who would be the most likely to go up and talk to them? Like shoot your shot, be like, hey, love you as an author.
Let me think of everyone's favorite author. Hold on.
It's not going to be me. I'll tell you right now. So count me
think
out.
If it was Sarah J. Maas, I think collectively all three of us would go approach her together. But I do think on our own,
I don't know.
I just have this weird like social anxiety over the fact of like whenever I think of like if I've ever met like a celebrity or something, a part of me is like they get bugged all the time. I just need to let them have their space. I don't want to be that person that's like, oh my gosh, can I get a picture with you? But then I'm like, that might make their entire. I would overthink it.
Yeah, I don't know. I've seen celebrities and I've never gone up to them. Not once.
Who have you seen?
Gwen Stefani.
Okay, I'm not saying the authors aren't celebrities because they are.
No, they are.
But like think about it. An author probably doesn't get approached like every single time they go out on the street like
Yeah.
Gwen Stefani.
Gwen Stefani.
Gwen. I don't know.
I mean, I think
Reggie.
I don't know why I wouldn't approach anyone though. Like the more that I'm really thinking about it, actually.
I know
If
for
it
sure
was
I would
like-
never do it. I think either of you two would. If I was like, Michaela, go do it. And I was like, okay, 3, 2, 1. And you just went, you would do it.
Okay.
Like if we were going to, well, when this episode comes out, I don't know if we need to talk about this. We are going to go to a book event. If there's any like authors walking around, I mean, I'd be like, yeah, I'm going to go say hi to
Allie Hazelwood.
V. Schwab. Sure.
Mm.
Only read one of her books. Sure. Hi.
Hey, what's up?
I don't know.
I don't know. That's a tough question. I feel like it would depend on my mood first off.
Mm.
Like what mood am I in? Am I feeling like, energetic? Or if I'm just like, oh, there's an author I love. I see you.
What's up?
What's up? You just keep on walking away. I don't
Mm,
know. You don't think
I think
you
I would approach
No.
all of them, actually.
No, I'm okay. For those of you listening to this, actually, it will be this weekend. I'm going to Arizona with my husband and his friends. And surprise, surprise, Pierce Brown will be there for a book event. And I actually sweat thinking about like having to walk up to him and be like, can you sign my book? I just can't. Like,
You're gonna do it though. Look at you. You're taking one.
Just go up to him and say, I really love your work. Will you sign it for me?
Thanks, Michaela. I'm gonna do that.
She's gonna put like a wire on. You're like,
All right, Kennedy, say this. You're really hot.
she's gonna be blushing in front of.
I can't. I'm too awkward.
I'm really jealous of you. So
Yeah, you're gonna have so much fun.
Yeah, I might, but Kyle won't. Bless his little heart.
Well, he said yes, so
He did say yes to go.
mhm.
he
I'm
said
excited
yes.
for you.
It's gonna be amazing.
I can't think of any other
I can't
questions. Ooh, okay, wait. Oh,
Just
this,
go
I was
right
gonna
to
say
me.
this was just an overall question, not most likely to. So never mind.
Just ask it.
Just what's
I
the
was
overall
gonna
question?
Just ask it.
I was gonna say like if you could go into any fantasy world, what fantasy world would have the best food? Because they all kind of eat the same thing, you know. It's like bread and
You want to know
meat
where
and
I think would have
potatoes.
really good food?
Where?
Never. Like Neverland. Neverland.
Ooh, I feel like they'd have weird food.
I feel like they'd have magical good food.
Hmm.
Oh, I changed my answer. Like Caraval, Once Upon a Broken Heart.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, they'd have
Yeah.
good food.
Yeah, they would.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going there
Mm-hmm.
for
I mean,
sure.
I know that like in Akatar, there's lots of stuff, but I can't think of anything. Like they
Soup.
say it's like better than the food they have at home, but like, you know what I mean? That's obviously different for a few reasons, but
I picture them
I don't
eating
feel like they have
elk.
anything like.
Like weird meat.
I think it would just literally be like fruits, veggies, meat, and soup, and cookies.
Soup and cookies.
Well, you know how she like sneaks in and doesn't she like go steal some cookies from the kitchen?
I don't remember.
I don't know.
I think Akatar is a close second.
I mean, I would love to be in a house that would just make me food and be like, get me some soup. Ta-da.
Okay, let's ask this question. Who would the house get along with most?
Ooh. Most like, I don't know.
The House of Wind, right? Is that what it's
Yeah.
called?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The House of Wind would probably not like me because I think I'd be too demand. Like, I would want too many things.
I think probably you, Kennedy.
Why?
I don't know.
Because I'm like messed up?
No,
Just kidding.
no. I would say if you were in the house, you would just more keep to yourself,
Yeah.
and so the house would just,
I'd probably
vibe
treat-
with you.
I treat the house as like my friend, and they'd get annoyed. Like, I'd want to be like, try to make friends. They'd probably, yeah, I would not. Yeah.
I think I'd be too loud and annoying.
Anyways.
This episode is just basically how self-aware are we?
Yeah, how self-aware are we?
I'm
Hope
very
you learned.
self-aware.
Sorry. Anyways, hopefully this is sorry, I didn't need to close it, but you got it.
Oh, it's me. I'm supposed to
I
close
wasn't sure
it.
if we were ending, so I just started going for it.
No. This was really fun. No, it really was. It was fun. It really just, makes me stay up late at night thinking about all your guys' answers. It's just, it really just humbles us a little bit,
That's a good word to use.
So thank you for humbling us. We really, really needed it. Anyways, thanks for participating in this episode. Thanks for voting. Thanks for coming up with the questions for us. It really is fun. It's all in jest, all in fun. We love jesting with. What is wrong with me today? Also, if you guys are listening and you don't follow us on social media, we did just launch a spring merch collection. A lot of sizes have been sold out so far, so I would hustle to the website to see if there's still some sizes left in stock. All right. Thanks for listening, you guys. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.